Alright, here we go. I'm going to play another Pokemon Grand Challenge. That is an official online competition. Playing out over the course of this weekend with the Mono Ghost team that I first used in the October Grand Challenge last year, about a year ago. This will be this team's fourth official competition in Best of One closed team sheet, and it has held up pretty well so far in the other three. Even though all the Pokemon have the same type, well, they share a type, they all have other types as well. Even though they all share a type, the team actually holds up pretty well, I think. It's pretty solid. We'll see if that continues to last now, but regardless, we're still a little ways away from Halloween, but I still think there's nothing better to do on this cold October day than play with some ghosts. Also, I bought a capture card, but you can probably tell that by now. First capture card content for the channel. Let's see how it goes. We're just going to jump right in. And if you don't know the team, I have featured it many times on this channel before, but also you're going to see how it works. Or many times on my YouTube channel, I should say. But also, you're going to see how it works here. It's pretty simple. Last Grand Challenge, I played 15 games, and I brought the same 4 Pokemon in the same order to every single game. You probably won't see Zoroark get actual gameplay unless we run into a Dondozo Tatsugiri team, and you probably won't see Typhlosion, honestly, at all. But the best chance it has to actually get into a game is like certain kinds of Sunroom teams. Otherwise, I hope you like Annihilate, Sableye, Sinistcha, and Basculegion, because that's pretty much what you signed up for by watching this. Let's get a battle. And we get an opponent nice and quickly, because it's the Grand Challenge, that's how it goes. We're taking on Zach, okay. Kingambit, Rillaboom, Comfey, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Go-Goat. That's unusual. Got a Go-Goat in my very first game of this GC. And Florges. Okay, so this team is not as afraid of Kingambit as you might think, because Annihilate is the main carry. Shout out to my girlfriend for nicknaming the Pokemon. She nicknames all my in-person tournament Pokemon, and I have used this at an in-person tournament as well. Not a major, but like the equivalent of a local, basically. Right, so Kingambit is not actually that scary because Annihilate is the main carry on this team. Also, Rillaboom could actually be helpful to me because it's bulky, bulk up Annihilate. Rillaboom might be valuable for getting set up. I'm honestly more worried about Florges than anything else, but it's Terra Fire Annihilate, which is really good here as long as I'm careful about the Ursaluna. Anyway, I don't see any reason to deviate from my usual mode with this team, so no need to keep Zach waiting. Unless I don't want to bring Basculegion. I actually could bring Typhlosion instead of Basculegion to this one, despite everything I said. In fact, I actually kind of think I want to. Basculegion's not really that good into Rillaboom, Go-Goat. And then Typhlosion's also helpful into Florges and Comfey as a Fairy Resist. So there we go. I said Typhlosion would probably not come to a game, but it's actually coming to the very first one, which is already one more than it got last GC. Not bad. And its role is late game offense, I think, much the same way with Basculegion. Last GC I found more often than before I was bringing Basculegion in the middle game, knocking things out with Flip Turn, and then preserving late game threat after that, but obviously Typhlosion can't do that. They do lead Rillaboom and Florges, so I'm in a weird spot. I kind of would like to Terrasilize Annihilate, but I don't know that I need to do that turn 1. I have a ton of special bulk on Annihilate for a reason. I'm just going to bulk up and Light Screen. And we'll see. I am light screening because I'm a little bit afraid of the damage from the Florges. But we'll see what my opponent is cooking here. Protect Rillaboom, okay. Unusual. Good to know. Light screen goes next. It is just Moonblast into Annihilate. Does a fair bit of damage. Special attack drop is actually very lucky for me because I don't care about Annihilate special attack, and I get a Divine Rage from that. And I probably want to just knock out Florges after this if I can, right? +1 Rage Fist after taking... Sorry, +3 Rage Fist, excuse me, after taking 1 hit. It's a pretty strong attack. Another Moonblast will hurt. I really could think about the Terrifier here, but I'm just going to Rage Fist. I'm worried about the Ursaluna in the back. I'm going to Reflect in case Rillaboom wants to attack here. I also thought about clicking Thunder Wave into Florges. I don't know that it's going to be faster than Annihilate anyway. I have no speed investment on Annihilate. Well, what speed investment is a Florges going to have? But yeah, it's just Rage Fist into Florges and Reflect. Keep it simple. Team tends to do well keeping it simple. They actually switched Florges out, so just as well that they didn't make any crazier play. Go-Go this year probably has that ability that makes it physically bulkier in grassy terrain, and then it also has a Grassy Seed to make it bulkier still. This is a serious physical wall Go-Go set. That's really cool. What is that ability called? Is it Grass Pelt? +3, 1-stack Rage Fist. And see, it doesn't do that much. This Go-Go is here to just eat up physical hits for days. It probably loses to my Typhlosion in the back, but I'm not in a rush to bring that in. That's a really cool set. I mean, I should be able to pretty freely keep bulking up here, right? They've shown me 3 of their Pokemon. I still just don't know whether they have the Ursaluna. Although in this team, maybe they have the Comfey in the back, because I feel like the Comfey's role then is to click the terrain-boosted Floral Healing to keep Go-Goat healthy. And Go-Goat is definitely a Pokemon that I don't know what I would ever do with if I tried to build around it, but this person found something kind of cool. I don't know that it's going to do well in the challenge, but I respect the innovative team building for sure. I'm still thinking about that Terrifier. I'm still not going to do it. I'm going to bulk up. Let's just Foul Play, look for some damage on Rillaboom. I also have Sinistcha. Okay, back, sure. I also have Sinistcha in the back still, so if I need to emergency heal Annihilate, that's kind of the main thing it's for. Right, I get the Hospitality, and then I can click Life Dew or Rage Powder. Let's Go-Goat going for its own bulk up. Wow, okay. That's pretty scary. But Annihilate's at +4 attack already. So I can go to +6 attack and start attacking while the Go-Goat is still boosting itself, right? Also, I can click Sableye Thunder Wave into Go-Goat, and maybe I get some full paras. Since this is a slower, grindier game, that's kind of a legitimate thing to play toward. I mean, it's always legitimate, but like, it has a good chance of paying off at some points the longer the game goes on, right? That's what I mean. So bulk up and Thunder Wave into Go-Goat is what I'm going with here. I'm not thinking about the Terrifier anymore right now. Annihilate is pretty cozy. I still don't know whether they have Ursaluna in the back. And yeah, I'm not worried about speed control into Go-Goat, but just getting some full paras, you know, give me some as people say in other games, some tempi over time. The Grassy Glide Sableye doesn't do too much to Reflect. Oh, they have Grassy Glide and Go-Goat as well. Still no KO. But that's cool, they have double priority to take out Sableye. I can switch to Sinistcha next turn if I want. Usually I save Sinistcha until Annihilate needs the healing more, but if they don't have an obvious threat into Sinistcha right now, I might as well preserve Sableye, I think. Go-Goat also didn't go for a second bulk up there, so Annihilate is now +3 defense, +5 attack, and Go-Goat is only +1/+1. Nope, +1/+2 because of the Grassy Seed. And then any boost from its ability as well. I'll go for the bulk up here to get to +6 attack, and I think I will just pivot out to Sinistcha. Sinistcha, like I said, can eat up those Grassy Glides pretty comfortably. I might as well not throw Sableye away when I don't have to. Usually I switch Sinistcha in when Annihilate actually needs the healing, but this is okay. It takes like nothing from that Grassy Glide. Go-Goat's is going to be about the same. Nope, full para immediately. Nice. Annihilate gets +6 attack. I think they're avoiding attacking the Annihilate because they've already given it... Well, but they have already given it 1 Rage Fist stack. They don't want to give it more, but this next Rage Fist into Go-Goat should hurt. Some. But I'm really just not that scared of this Rillaboom. And also, I can Strength Sap it to make it even less scary. It keeps protecting. Is it Terrain Extender Rillaboom? Has it been 5 turns yet? I think it has, right? I clicked Bulk Up, Rage Fist, Bulk Up, Bulk Up, Bulk Up, and now this Rage Fist. Another full pair on Go-Goat. That's pretty unfortunate for my opponent. You can see the Rage Fist damage adding up. And this is definitely Terrain Extender, Rillaboom. They're really all in on making this Go-Goat put in work. Well, I don't know their fourth Pokemon still. They might not be all in. Kingambit or... Kingambit is not scary in this position. Blood Moon or Ursaluna still kind of could be. I think I probably beat Blood Moon or Ursaluna at this point, but it's the one thing that could pull the game back for them. Go-Goat takes the Rage Fist. There's one tanky Goat. Strength Sap into Rillaboom. Don't care about the healing, but the attack drop is nice. Well, don't care about the healing right now. See, that's now going to be -1 Wood Hammer to Annihilate, but that does like nothing. Sableye is light play, so my screens haven't been wearing off either. They have Milk Drink on the Go-Goat. Oh, I forgot it gets that. That's so cool. Well, I can always Strength Sap Go-Goat, and in the meantime, it doesn't seem to be much of an offensive threat. So I actually think I'm going to switch my targets here. I can focus on KOing their other Pokemon, and Go-Goat is so cool on this team, but it's probably just not strong enough to win in the endgame. So I'm going to switch to Rage Fist into Rillaboom and Strength Sap into Go-Goat. And I also still have Typhlosion in the back, so if I get rid of all their other Pokemon, Typhlosion should just be able to wipe Go-Goat out, right? Rillaboom spamming Protect, though, is... slowing things down some. Going back for the bulk up again with Go-Goat, but I cancel out the attack boost at least. Go-Goat's just not that strong. I think they might want to switch Rillaboom out, because the terrain... Oh, it ends here, actually. And if they do have Ursaluna in the back, they might want to try to get it in on a Rage Fist, so I'm going to switch to Drain Punch just for this turn. It's still +6, it should knock anything out, right? Now just keep up the Strength Sap into Go-Goat. There's not really any need to do anything else with the Sinistcha slot. I'm not in any rush to bring Typhlosion in, but if I remove the teammates, then Typhlosion should beat Go-Goat very easily. Although I guess my opponent still has their Terra. Just went for another Protect with Rillaboom. We get the Drain Punch, that's +6, that just knocks it out. Another Strength Sap into Go-Goat, and Go-Goat go for. Also, Grassy Terrain is now gone for the rest of the game, so the Go-Goat won't be quite as bulky anymore, except it's setting up with bulk up, so I guess... And I'm not taking away the defense boost, so it's actually going to be net bulkier than it was with the terrain up. Reflect wears off. That means Light Screen wore off last turn, and I just didn't notice, but that checks out timing-wise. There's the Florges, so I still don't know whether they brought the Ursaluna. I'm going to Rage Fist Florges and Rage Powder. Unless it's Goggles Florges, which it honestly could be. This will redirect a Moonblast. I think Annihilate takes a Moonblast anyway, but no need to gamble, right? They could always get a crit or something. I should have this position pretty locked down as long as Florges doesn't, well, Terra Grass or have Safety Goggles. Here's the Rage Powder. It is Moonblast into Sinistcha. And then the Rage Fist comes out in Florges, +6, 1 stack, so 100 base power, I think. The Pokemon's gone. We'll finally find out what their last one is. Go-Goat's still bulking up. I could go for the last 2 defense boosts on Annihilate if I ever want. But I think I should prioritize getting rid of their other Pokemon. But I think that's the order of operations here. I prioritize getting rid of their other Pokemon. It's Kingambit, so I actually was able to Terra Fire the whole time. But I don't think there's any need now. Oh, it's Supreme Overlord Kingambit. That's cool. I actually could I could Terra Fairy Sinistcha to take a hit from Kingambit, Rage Powder. I do think I like that, because if it's for some reason like Focus Sash Kingambit, then that could get dicey for Typhlosion in the back. I don't think I need my Terra for anything else this game. I think it's just optimal here to Drain Punch Kingambit. Maybe I could even Rage Fist. They could be Terra Ghost Kingambit. But I'm covering for that as well by Terra Fairy, Sinistcha, Rage Powder. Improve my chances with Sinistcha also survives this hit. And again, I just don't think I need my Terra for anything else at this point. Terra Fairy on this Sinistcha is actually mainly an anti-Dondozo tech. Dondozo endgames, as you can probably imagine, get really grindy with this team, and the Order Up immunity helps a lot. But it might be useful too if this Kingambit clicks a Dark type attack that isn't quite strong enough. The Terra the Go-Goat to ground. Okay, so Terra Fire on the Annihilate. It did occur to me that they could have something like this as well. It's another reason not to Terra Fire the Annihilate. If they go for like Earthquake though. Okay, it's not Sash King Gambit. They don't Terra that, so it's fine. But, you know, I could afford to play that super cautiously there. It didn't cost me anything, so why wouldn't I? It's gonna be high horsepower into Sinistra. That actually KOs. It's still good to get Typhlosion in, I think, because I can, you know, I'm still hitting it with a special attack. And they've been boosting this thing's defense a lot. They've been clicking Bulk Up, and they had the Grassy Seed. They've not been clicking anything to boost its special defense. It certainly doesn't have an Assault Vest either, because it's clicked Bulk Up and Milk Drink. There's Rage Fist and Eruption here. Single target Eruption. Typhlosion's faster than Go-Go, of course. And there we go. Typhlosion putting in work in the very first game after I didn't bring it a single time in the last Grand Challenge. And yeah, the Go-Go just wasn't strong enough in the end. That's always going to be an issue for that Pokemon, I think, once it gets heavily buffed in some future generation. But that was a really cool team. Go-Go is one of my favorite Gen 6 Pokemon just design-wise, and it makes me a little bit sad that I can't think of anything to do with it in VGC. And this person thought of something, and I bet it works sometimes. So I like that team a lot. That was a great first game. Oh, thanks for the follow, Average Ghost. Confess I'm not looking at chat much while I play, but feel free to say hi. His Jump Left lead with Sylveon. That's really rough for me, actually. I probably have to Terra Fire immediately. Although this team doesn't punish that much, so... What I really don't want to see is Annihilate put to sleep. In fact, I think I'll Thunder Wave the Jump Bluff. I should Light Screen first. Thunder Wave into Jump Bluff is a fun thought, though. Ghost, were you here for the first game? I'm guessing probably not if you just followed now. The first team I faced in this... this is the fourth game for context. The team I faced in the first game was... something else. Let's reflect. Cotton Spore. Oh, that is gonna make that Rage Fist hit harder, though. Because guess what? Yeah. Top fight. Based on what I know of my team and how it plays, I would much rather have the Defiant boost than keep the speed. It's Focus Sash Jump Bluff. I didn't even really take that very seriously. You don't see that too often. I think Annihilate has taken like 4 Dazzling Gleams in that Earthquake. What attack was that from King Gambit? I wasn't... I was talking about the Sylveon. I didn't pay close attention to what the King Gambit did, but that did less damage than you might want from your Supreme Overlord boosted creature. Battle was cancelled. Okay. Whimsicott or Chaladon. Not a lead that I love to see here, to be honest. Even though there's an Encore threat. If this were a rain team, well, it might be, but if I could tell that it's a rain team, I might be playing differently because I'd be worried about the Archaladon stacking up its own boosts, but I think if Annihilate is stuck clicking Bulk Up for a while here, it's not good, but it's survivable. Anyway, here's an Electro Shot. They do have a Power Room. Probably only get them one single turn Electro Shot. Didn't do too much. Little Light Screen. I will try to click Rage Fist into Whimsicott next turn, but I am kind of anticipating a likely Encore. We'll live with that if that's what it is. Of course, Whimsicott gets so many crazy moves, they might not even have that one. It is possible. Okay, it is Encore. Alright, well, just have to get through this. It is tough. I don't really have any offense. I mean, I don't want to bring Basculegion into this. I don't really have any offense without Annihilate attacking things. I think I will let Sableye go down here if they want to remove it, and I'll go for Thunder Wave into Whimsicott. A full para could be really clutch later. If Sinistra has to come in because they can have Sableye here, probably spam Life Dew. Moonblast didn't annihilate is a problem. Actually, I think I hard switched to Sinister this next turn. Also, I should probably be thinking about the Terrifier. Probably should have thought about it that last turn. Probably should have Terrified last turn. Better late than never. Again, maybe they have a way to punish this with the Arcanine. It's actually pretty easy if Annihilate is locked into Bulk Up. Although, I have a bunch of defense boosts now, so that's helpful into Arcanine. It's still not as scary as a Blood Moon in this arena. And I don't know what its ability is. If it's Intimidate, they might not. Well, if it's Intimidate, I can't attack it if Annihilate is locked into Bulk Up. That's the one thing. I think I Protect next turn. Because if Whimsicott is going to go for Encore again, I think I would rather be locked into Protect than Bulk Up at this point. It feels kind of weird, but... Also, I'm going to be annoyed. Tailwind peters out. Sometimes they prioritize Tailwind in this position. I'm going to go for the Protect. I'm going to be annoyed if Whimsicott gets a full para. Also, if Sinistra gets an Encore, I don't want to boost our Chaladon multiple times over. They did just go for the Encore again. I mean, I'm stable here for the most part, but I just don't have a way to progress. Yeah, really long one. And my team might just get ground down until it can't go anymore. That Explosion might have been cool here, although it gets outsped and badly damaged by our Chaladon. The Encore. I mean, that was more likely than not, assuming they went for it, right? A full para was unlikely is what I'm saying. Would have been nice. And with Annihilate having a guaranteed Protect on the next turn, maybe I do go for one Machagacha, live with the +1 Archaladon, and just make sure that I break a Sash if Whimsicott has it. So that maybe I can get a Rage Fist or a Last Respects KO in some position later. And I have... Oh. Uh-oh. No. Oh dear. I think I probably lose to that. If I do get the Machagacha off. I have been saying that Machagacha does not feel like a 90% accurate attack. If I miss Archaladon and hit Whimsicott, that's the dream here. I hit both. That's okay. Missing Whimsicott was the one thing I really didn't want. Fake here's Whimsicott that can prevent my Annihilate from attacking. They probably can just break through the team with that. Yeah, Whimsicott's a nuisance for sure. This be it. It's the best I can do right now, I think. I got the full para now. Probably a turn earlier than I need, but the Dragon Pulse Annihilate, not Sinistra, so I do get a Life Dew here. I had a free switch actually into... They might have tried to Moonblast the Sinistra, I don't know, but I had a free switch into Basket Legion, but I had no way to know that. It looked the previous turn like they wanted to get rid of Sinistra. And the problem with playing for a full para... Light Screen's gone now too. The problem with playing toward a full para is you never know when you never know when it's going to arrive. Alright, another full para twice in a row. That's pretty greedy to ask for, although I didn't really ask for the previous one. But it could save the game right now. Obviously I'm playing this out because it is still winnable, but I don't think it's within my control. Get the Encore again. Well, again, more likely than not that they would. Dragon Pulse will knock out Sinistra, I think. Yeah, it does. I do get Basket Legion next. I can finally click Last Respects, potentially, into this Whimsicott. Light Screen is worn off. Oh, I still have Sableye, I forgot. Maybe I should have brought Sableye in first. I still had it. Alright, do I get this Last Respects into Whimsicott? The Sableye could have set up another Light Screen. Oh well. What am I afraid of here? Tailwind, Dragon Pulse, KO's Basket Legion? Last Respect's not doing enough damage because I forgot how many Pokemon I have in the back. Those ones to worry about. Doesn't quite KO, but I don't think there's any but. I think they knock out Sableye before I get a Foul Play into Whimsicott, but that's my only out. Quick Foul Play into Whimsicott. It's not much of an out. Yeah, I needed to sack... So that actually worked if I sacked Sableye before getting Basket Legion in, and I just played sloppily, forgetting that I still had Sableye in the back. That's unfortunate. Good thing I'm taking a break after this game. This one could be a little tilting. That Last Respects just missed the KO, so if Sableye had actually also fainted, then it wouldn't have missed the KO. Is there any reason they attack Annihilate here instead of Sableye? Maybe. Sometimes opponents are unpredictable. Fake Tears. Into Annihilate. Did they attack Annihilate? They might not know that Sableye has an attack. Almost. Okay, I can still win on a full Terra. It's still possible, but that misplay with the Sableye was really bad. My opponent definitely deserves to take this one. Let's just see if they actually do. Full Terra? Nope. That's a fourth Encore for Annihilate in this game. Honestly, is running out of TP and struggling into Sableye and out, or into Whimsicott and out. Maybe if the timing is just right. Your Chaldon is now stacking up those Electroshock boosts. It doesn't even need Rain to do it. That is twice in 5 games that these Whimsicott teams have kind of coached me, but again, I did have an out here in this one, and I just played it wrong. I don't feel too bad about, you know, my ability to, well, my team's ability to beat Whimsicott. Plus, I've used this team before, and I mean, won some of these and lost some. It's got 2 full Terras in a row, but not at a useful time. Or Sphere on the Sir Chaldon, that's unusual. Oh! I was worried about setting them up with stamina. They don't even have stamina, do they? Oh, they do. No, they don't. Those are special attack boosts. They don't have stamina. They probably have sturdy. One more full Terra, please. What is this? Ghost. Okay, I didn't target that. I'm never targeting that as long as you still have that Whimsicott. Fake Tears. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, this is another way I can lose to these guys. That Archelodon's a +2 special attack and a -2 special defense. This here is gonna do a lot of damage. I do finally knock out the Whimsicott, but I lose to Archelodon after that. That's okay. And that's 5 games. I'm just going to take a small break. Walk across the room, drink some water. I don't know. But they invested so much into setting up the Go-Goat and still just wasn't strong enough, unfortunately. I would love to see Go-Goat do well. Okay, Pelipper Raichu. One thing that's nice about this team, it's never afraid to fake out turn 1. Pelipper is tricky because it's always an offensive threat into Annihilate. If I don't Terra, there's Hurricane, and if I do Terra, there's Weather Ball or Muddy Water. I'm going to not Terra right now. At least Pelipper doesn't hit super hard. I get a pretty free light screen here. I also can't Thunderwave the Pelipper because Raichu will redirect that. Not that I'm super eager to Thunderwave the Pelipper, but in a different position it might be nice to do. Nuzzle into Sableye. Okay. Sableye doesn't care about its speed stat. It cares a little bit about full paras. Tailwind. Fine. They also probably have Swift Storm on their Basculegion, which I don't. So if we get into some kind of Basculegion endgame, we'll see. I'm just gonna take that one boost and throw a Rage Fist into the Pelipper. If they attack and boost the Rage Fist, that's good. That's what I'd like to see. But I'm a little bit afraid of Pelipper, like I said, because there's just not really a way for Annihilate to... Oh! That gets on. Okay. Well, there's no Whimsicott this time. Okay, well, the Hurricane goes into Sableye. That's something, I guess. Honestly, I could even think about the Terra Fairy Sinistcha to help stall this out. This... I can't even paralyze Raichu. Wait, Raichu might be scarier than Whimsicott. Oh no. Actually, you know what I could do here? I could go to my Basculegion, Terra Grass, Wave Crash Raichu. Knocks it down to a Focus Sash, I assume. But I have to break the Sash sooner or later. Their Basculegion will go before mine, but it shouldn't be too dangerous if I Terra Grass. I probably don't want the Terra Fire on Annihilate in this game anyway. I think I'm just gonna... I could Flip Turn the Raichu. And then look for a Matcha Gotcha with Sinistcha after the... I think I do like that more than a Wave Crash here, actually. It should still do a lot. And that way Raichu can't play Encore games with the rest of my Pokemon besides Annihilate. I do have to hit a Matcha Gotcha, potentially. I do see a couple of chat messages. I think I'll just catch up after the game. This is a streamer skill I can work on later, gaming and reading chat, but fortunately with Pokemon there's... Oh, Psychic Fangs, cool. Fortunately with Pokemon there's downtime between games. Pick that up. They Nuzzle, Annihilate. Better that than Basculegion. Psychic Fangs Basculegion, wow. I don't have my screens anymore. Oh, but that Flip Turn just KOs the Raichu, it didn't have the Sash. Okay, that makes things a little bit more streamlined, you could say. I have made Basculegion weak to Pelipper, but I don't think that's the end of the world. Annihilate is so boosted now. Get Hospitality into it. Volpera. That's fine. Encore's over. Surely there's not another one of those coming out now, right? Surely they don't have something else to hit me with that. Oh, it's Patrick's Pelipper. I didn't even notice the first time. That's really cool. I was at that NAIC. I watched that in person. Final. Game sound is too loud. Thanks, Hazel. I'll see what I can do about that after the game. Okay. Oh, maybe the Sash on Pelipper. The Rage Fist is Pelipper. Matcha Gotcha. Last Respects into Sinistcha because I've taken a KO. That's a bit stronger now. Into Annihilate. There's no light screen up. Did a lot. Okay, I think I get... Okay, I also take a full para here. I don't think I can beat the Pelipper now. I do have my own... The range's over. Okay, so my Basculegion could go first now. That changes things a bit. I do have Last Respect, so there's 2 boosts on it. I don't have Adaptability. I don't think I get Adaptability anymore after I Terra, is that correct? I think it's correct. Still take the Focus Sashes on the Pelipper. Pelipper switch out here. I'm gonna Drain Punch this slot. Try to catch our Chaladon if that switches in. And get some healing on Annihilate. Let's see if I can just Last Respect their Basculegion out of here. They don't switch. So the Drain Punch into Pelipper is not amazing. I knock out Basculegion without them setting Rain back up. U-turn into Basculegion, okay. super effective, but doesn't do a whole lot of damage. They actually do get this one more chance to set Rain back up. Who's coming in? Is it our Chaladon? Barraskewda. Okay, well that shouldn't take a Drain Punch. I think that's the third consecutive full para on Annihilate. Where was that when I had paralyzed that Whimsicott? I did get 2 in a row actually, but timed such that they didn't matter. But now Barraskewda gets to go crazy with Swift Swim if they have it. They could have Propeller Tail. Pelipper gets to click those Hurricanes. And it probably is a Focus Sash that I haven't broken, although it's possible that the Sash is on Barraskewda. I'm just going to double target Pelipper here and hope for the best. Drain Punch into Barraskewda would have probably sewn, maybe not sewn this one up, but pretty close at least. And get it. Here's their Terra. The Barraskewda. What are they doing? Terra Water. They're just hitting super hard with Liquidation or something? Yeah, into Ape. Vascular KOs. Okay. Hurricane. Knocks out Ape. Okay, well, I just wasn't ready for Encore Raichu, Psychic Fangs, Basculegion, and 3 full paras in a row. It happens. Sometimes they get you. Riolu the Sodden. That's a good mark on this Rain team. My opponent's just piling up style points. And this Chaladon might be hard to deal with coaching boosts. Well, let's see. Riolu could also set Rain Dance. But, well, so it might not coach turn 1. Let's go for Light Screen. They protect our Chaladon. I don't think they're going for Rain Dance this turn then. Oh, they are. Okay. Just thought they would want to use that immediately then. But maybe they were worried about some Sableye shenanigans. A lot of Sableye, I think, run Encore, so it's pretty brave, actually, to protect in front of this one turn 1. Set up here. There's the coaching. I'll have to break this Chaladon somehow, and I don't know how. But one step at a time. Reflect. At least I don't have to worry about body press, unless they pressure out my Terra on something, but I'm worried about Electroshock snowballing is what it is. Here it starts. What are they targeting? If it's Annihilate, get a stronger Rage Fist into Riolu now at least. Riolu run Focus Sash? I feel like it probably does. Could be Eviolite, but how bulky is it going to be even with that? Nobody else on this team really needs the Sash. Pelipper likes it sometimes. Just thinking about whether I click Foul Play into Riolu or Thunder Wave into our Chaladon here. I don't trust that it has the Sash. I think there's a good chance that it does, but I don't trust it enough, so I'm going to Thunder Wave our Chaladon and hope that this Rage Fist KOs. They Vacuum Wave their own Chaladon, activating a Weakness Policy. Yep. Okay, that's a new one to me. That thing is snowballing quickly. I called the rest of what they were doing with these two, but I didn't get that one. That Electroshot's gonna hurt. And it is the Sash on the Riolu. Draco Meteor, it's not even Electroshot. Okay, well they immediately wipe out their own Weakness Policy boost, but again, I just can't have Annihilate going down that early. I think that does win them the game. Oh, the Basculegion will have Swift Swim, so it'll go before mine. I still have my Terra. Matcha Gotcha. Paragrass. Kinda like to click Wave Crash, but to beat their Basculegion, I think it... They have two normal types. And the way they played, I don't know that they brought the Pelipper. I think I have to lock in a water move instead of Last Respects, unfortunately. If they let me get a Matcha Gotcha into their Basculegion, that might keep hope alive a little bit. Last Respects into Sinistra, doesn't KO. Life Orb Basculegion. Damage on it is good. Wave Crash. Yeah. Our Chaladon has boosted defense. Right. Almost get the KO with Matcha Gotcha, but not quite. Volpera. Once again, I'm once again asking for a Volpera. Oh, I get it. Oh, okay, okay. And Rain is over, so Swift Swim is offline. Unless they have Pelipper. The way they've been playing, I don't think they have Pelipper, so I'm going to Matcha Gotcha. I'm going to target their Basculegion here. I can outspeed and KO that, hypothetically. Oh, is it Pelipper? Oh, they baited me. Using the Riolu as the Rain Setter, I started to think that maybe they didn't have the Pelipper. I don't even know if they did that as an intentional bait, but it worked out that way. This does give me a stronger Wave Crash now, though. But... well, but what? Hold on, it's Scarf Basculegion. The Icy Wind negates the Scarf, but I might still be able to smack this Pelipper before it hits me with a Hurricane. This one might not be over yet. Landing Matcha Gotcha is good. That's some damage. We know our Chaladon is in Matcha Gotcha range. And paralyzed. Do I get a Wave Crash into Pelipper? It has to be Wave Crash because I'm choice locked. I chose this over Last Respects because there was a good chance they'd have a normal type at the back. That is not great damage. What does Pelipper go for? Hurricane into. I think that was the wrong target. Sinistra has a chance to win the game. But it's that 90% Matcha Gotcha. Hits both targets. I don't know if the crit mattered on Pelipper. I don't think so. Sinistra and Basculegion are such good Pokemon. They pulled this one back after Annihilate went down early and I thought it was doomed. Why didn't I have any custom banner for my channel? I don't know. I'm new to this. This channel has pretty much zero budget right now, but maybe if that changes in the future. I bought a capture card, so I guess it's not quite zero budget, but I was thinking about that for a long time before I even did that. Took me a while to commit to spending any money. I'll make them prove they have haze. No light screen. Blood Moon Ursaluna is scary. It protects, okay. What does Dragonite do? Scale Shot into Annihilate. That gives me so many Rage Fist boosts. And those are not wiped away even if they have haze. This is doing some damage though. Uh-oh. 4 hits? Only 4 hits, okay. Okay. Light Screen is up. Probably okay to take a Blood Moon here. I think I'm down to just go for a Rage Fist into Dragonite. Set Reflect. I've made some banners. Can I show you if you're comfortable? Like I said, I'm not really in any position to buy. Oh. Everybody's bringing their Encore user. I don't mind looking at things, but I'm not really in any position to buy or commission anything right now. Everybody's bringing every... I didn't know Dragonite got Encore. I knew Raichu... I knew somewhere deep in the dark recesses of my brain that Raichu gets Encore. I did not know that about Dragonite. Everybody's bringing every Encore user they can possibly dream up. I might even switch Annihilate out here. This Ursaluna's too scary. I can get some damage on Ursaluna from this, right? If nothing else. It gets Taunt? Dragonite gets Encore and Blood Moon Ursaluna gets Taunt? Okay. Alright. I don't think this Ninetales has Blizzard now. I think it has some crazy thing that I would never think of. This Ninetales is about to click Rain Dance. And then the Ursaluna will click Electro Shot. That's what's about to happen. Next turn. So I did get a full para here. Hyper Voice. Gotcha. Knocks out Ursaluna. Nice. Sinistra putting in work. And I do still have the Annihilate in the back this time. Hopefully I won't need some clutch Sinistra in game. This time. I think, though, all I need to do here is Rage Powder, Rage Fist Dragonite, and then I should be able to beat their Basculegion with my Basculegion, unless they have, like, you know, unless I Terrestrialize my Basculegion and then theirs clicks Flare Blitz. Or maybe Brave Bird. Probably okay. Last Respects knocks out Sinistra. Do need to potentially take a Scale Shot here. That was just Tailwind. I think that's okay, because if I KO Dragonite, then I should be able to beat Basculegion with either one of my Pokemon in the back, and it can only take one KO first unless it goes for... Sludge Wave. No, Annihilate resists that. Unless it goes for a secret spread Flare Blitz that I don't know about yet. Paragrass, Last Respects, Rage Fist. Paragrass anyway, just to like, give Basculegion a chance to take a hit if they prioritize that. They have their own Terra. Wait, why am I actually shouldn't Paragrass there. Because it turns off adaptability. Okay, I actually just shouldn't have used my Terra. Oh well. Basculegion goes first, it knocks out Annihilate. Gets KO'd back by Last Respects. Okay, play still worked. Encore, Whimsicott, that's normal. Encore Raichu, that's like reasonably normal, you just don't see that Pokemon too often. Encore Dragonite, that is a new one to me. That's Jigglypuff Glasses. It's Ursaluna and Talonflame. So this is, you know, a little bit not great already because Talonflame is one of the two Pokemon that I said could pressure out my Terra. Honestly, I don't have to Terra the Ape. Once I get it set up, it can still do a lot of damage while it's burned, but not great to be stuck in that position. I'm not going to Terra right now. You know what? They might not even have Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to light screen. The Tailwind turn 1. I kind of figured. The question is what they do after turn 1. Ursaluna goes for Hyper Voice. Okay. Annihilate is now going to have +1 100 base power Rage Fist. It might be worth just clicking that into Talonflame next. If they do have Will-O-Wisp, they might only get one chance to go for it, or they could prioritize Taunt. Right, there are ways that this could work out for me. If I can take out the Talonflame here, and some of them run Covert Cloak, not Focus Sash. Go for Reflect with Sableye. Sableye is, of course, in range to be knocked out by Ursaluna next turn, but getting screens up is... I mean, I was actually relying on Thunder Wave a fair bit yesterday, but usually getting screens up is the most important thing this Sableye does. Talonflame goes for... It is Will-O-Wisp. Okay, well, I gambled on that one. Maybe the Terra would have been fine. I don't know. Sableye's knocked out. I go Sinistcha next, don't I? It's also a little bit awkward in front of Talonflame. Oh, never mind, we crit. Okay. Bye, Talonflame. I definitely go Sinistcha then. Burn damage offsetting leftovers is also not amazing, but at least I have the leftovers. So the burn doesn't do damage over time. You know what I mean? And I can click Drain Punch into Ursaluna as long as it's not Terra Ghost or something. They go Rillaboom here, which is okay. It should be okay. Obviously I can't Rage Powder Rillaboom. I might want to think about just clicking Life Dew with Sinistcha for now. I could see them go. I could even see them clicking Blood Moon into Sinistcha or Annihilate here. Grassy Terrain and leftovers will make up for the burn. I'm just gonna try to stack boosts with Annihilate because again, get it boosted up enough, and it actually still does respectable damage even with the burn. Obviously, burn immunity is one of the things I run Terra Fire for, but. Yeah, Blood Moon Ursaluna made me a little bit scared to click it. What are they doing with this Terra? If it's normal, yeah, if it's normal Ursaluna, that could be some scary damage. This thing's been hitting really hard. And is it gonna click Blood Moon? Woodhammer into Annihilate. It's a lot of damage. Is it Blood Moon? Yeah. But it's into Sinistcha. Okay, so they don't take a KO this turn. Huge. Can't Blood Moon again immediately. How healthy is Annihilate going to be after this? I could click Rage Powder if I were afraid of Blood Moon again, but of course they can't click it immediately. Probably I'd rather either Life Dew again or Strength Sap Rillaboom. Annihilate is only at +2. So Drain Punch isn't going to do a lot into Ursaluna, but I do think it's worth it anyway. Start getting damage on that Pokemon properly. +2 and burned. It's not an amazing... It's not going to do great damage. I don't know if it's worth it. Let's find out. And I am just going to click Life Dew with Sinistcha. Knock off into Sinistcha. Fortunately, Sinistcha's item is already gone. Hyper Voice knocks out Sinistcha, crits Annihilate. That's pretty bad. I do still have my Terra, so I can Terra Grass the Basculegion when that now has to come in, but... They still have another Pokemon in the back, don't they? Also, okay. Basculegion has a Scarf. Thinking about priorities. I can't lock Basculegion into... Okay, they're Tailwind Ends. I can't lock Basculegion into Last Respects if I need it to damage Ursaluna, because Ursaluna, of course, is immune to that. So I think what I do here is Terra Grass Basculegion, Wave Crash Ursaluna, Rage Fist Annihilate. And Wave Crash hits anything they have in the back. Although there are ways that you know, if it's Incineroar, that's not great, but that's what I'm gonna do here. Hopefully they go for the Grassy Glide into Basculegion. That would be ideal, because it wouldn't accomplish too much for them this turn. Grassy Glide. What does Rillaboom go for? That is the least useful crit I've seen in a while. Woodhammer into Basculegion. Okay, doesn't do too much. We got the Rage Fist. It does have the boosts inherent to the move on top of the +2 attack, so it should actually do reasonable damage. Yeah, knocks out Rillaboom. And what's their last Pokemon? Actually, if it's Incineroar, then what? They can fake out Basculegion, but then and lose to Annihilate, which would be at +4 attack after Defiant. Or they can try to do something to Annihilate and lose to Basculegion. Incineroar should be fine, actually. What is it? Sneasler. Grassy Seed? No. Focus Sash? Well, I'll just Rage Fist, and it shouldn't have Unburden active at least, so I should get this Wave Crash off before the Sneasler does anything, and Sneasler probably can't one-shot Annihilate, so I think I'm still okay here, but we'll find out. It's Wave Crash and Rage Fist. Attacked. Okay. I think that changes anything. Thanks for the Grassy Terrain. Annihilate gains a bit of HP. I don't think it's going to be Acrobatic Sneasler without a seed either. I guess that's the one thing I could lose to if it's Unburdened Sash Sneasler and they have some way to knock out the Ape from here, but I really don't think that's likely. Let's see what they come up with. Wave Crash. No Sash. Okay. Just knocked out. Nice. Wonder what item it had. Oh, probably Psychic Seed, because they also have Indeedee on this team. We can make that quick. Alright, Platinum is also in about the same rating ballpark that I am. I have a scary Trick Room Blood Moon Ursaluna team. Breaker for Rillaboom. Okay, they didn't time out. Good for now. Come to think of it. Okay, it's their Terra. It's Ursaluna. Is it normal? Ghost. Okay. They're trying to catch me clicking Drain Punch, which I did think about. But I've gotten got by these before. Unfortunately, this is not the first opponent to try this on me. If they were, it would surely have worked. What's Farigiraf go for? Psychic into Annihilate. Okay. It's not amazing for me. I could Terra the Ape here, and then probably be okay to switch to Sinistcha and click Rage Fist. What's the life do? Sinistcha will be back at full after Terrain Recovery. Annihilate is at full now. Here's Rage Fist into Ursaluna. That Pokemon's gone. Okay, yeah, that knocks out Sableye, but it does like nothing to Annihilate. This time I remembered that I still had Sableye in the back. And they're giving me a couple more stacks on Rage Fist. I don't know how many I have now. Probably like 3 or 4. But let's see what this does to Torkoal. About what I expected. Goodbye. And then it's just Rillaboom and Farigiraf. Could have high horsepower on Rillaboom, but Annihilate is at +2 defense, and I still have Reflect up. Oh, and Trick Room is over. We know that the Rillaboom is slower than Annihilate. They can fake out Annihilate now. But actually, you know what they can't fake out? Hisui and Typhlosion. Let's go. Now that Trick Room is over, and the sun is still up, let's throw my Eruption at them. Typhlosion's second appearance of the 2025 October Grand Challenge on my team. I'll just go for a Drain Punch into Farigiraf and Eruption. Fake Out goes into Annihilate. It actually crits. That's kind of funny. Eruption knocks out Rillaboom, but not quite Farigiraf, so they do get their Trick Room up if that's what they went for. But Farigiraf can't win this from here. Right, because either one of my Pokemon KOs it next turn, even if it KOs the other one. Oh, it does crit with the Psychic, but yeah, still not enough. And Annihilate takes this one. But Typhlosion put in some work. You love to see it. Typhlosion, you wouldn't know from this Grand Challenge because I brought Typhlosion to 2 games and Zoroark to 0, but usually it is the Pokemon I bring least on this team. And you know, going into this Grand Challenge, I thought there was a very good chance Typhlosion would not get into any games, and it's gotten into 2, so you'll have to see it. Armarouge and Annihilate. You know what else I didn't... The other possibility that I didn't really properly consider here is that could be like U-turn Annihilate into Terra Psychic, weak armor, weakness policy Armarouge with Indeedee coming in on the U-turn so they get a big boosted expanding force out of it. With that in mind, I'm going to Terra Fire immediately. Go straight for a Rage Fist into Armarouge and Light Screen. Annihilate is a very unpredictable Pokemon. It could do a lot of tricky things. The fact that they're using their Terra immediately makes me think it probably is what I just said it might be. So Armarouge. Could also be Terra Grass instead of Psychic. Yeah, okay. Well, that will make the Expanding Force hit a little bit less hard. I do like Shiny Armarouge, even though I understand the criticism. Just like I said with that Shiny Goldengo earlier. Those blue eyes are a nice touch. I don't love that I immediately clicked Rage Fist now that it's not weak to that anymore. Like this, I mean, this is gonna get 1 boost from the Expanding Force that's surely coming out, but still. Yeah, side U-turn. Does a fair bit of damage actually to their own Armarouge. That makes me feel a little better about this Rage Fist, along with the fact that they're lowering its defense, obviously with the weak armor, which I wasn't really accounting for when I made that choice. There's the weakness policy. This is a pretty cool combo. Goes back pretty far in Scarlet and Violet formats. But you'll generally only see it in a lower power format where Armarouge is a serious threat. But yeah, they bluffed the Armarouge Indeedee Trick Room stuff, and then it's actually this, and suddenly Armarouge is a fast, boosted offensive threat in this Psychic terrain. Psychic Seed Indeedee as well, okay. Long turn. Here comes the Expanding Force. There's nothing to Sableye, of course, because Dark type. There's a lot to Annihilate, but also gives me a boost on this Rage Fist. They're at -1 defense. Doesn't quite KO. Okay, but what I can do here is protect Annihilate and Foul Play Armarouge if they let me. Oh, there is still the... This is a rough KO to miss, because there is still the Follow Me threat from Indeedee. But this is what I'm going to do anyway. I'd like a bit of recovery on Annihilate, just to stall out a bit of Psychic terrain. Ideally, they let me have this Foul Play into Armarouge, but we'll see. But yeah, protect Annihilate regardless. Follow me, okay. Fair enough. I went for Heat Wave, so this will actually hurt Sableye. But it does less to Annihilate, which is interesting. Oh, they missed Sableye. Nice, we take those. This will take some pretty good chip into Indeedee. Oh, crits, okay. Ah, I was kind of hoping to see Heat Wave again. There's no Follow Me though. Unfortunately, I don't get very much recovery from this Drain Punch. Foul Play will go into Indeedee. If Indeedee attacks here, it can probably knock out Annihilate. Is that what it's going for? Knocking out Armarouge is good for Typhlosion in the back. I'll play... What does it do without a crit? KOs, nice. I don't know what Indeedee went for, but we don't have to worry about it now. Oh, helping hand. Oh, okay. Interesting. Rage Fist. Doesn't KO. And obviously what I'm trying to do here is remove Torkoal and play around the probably choice-locked Rage Fist ape. Okay, now I can click Rage Powder and KO Torkoal. And that should be pretty safe. And then get into a position where where Typhlosion can beat their Annihilate probably. I guess if they're Scarfed, then they'll outspeed my Typhlosion, but there might still be a little bit more tricky positioning in this one, actually. Now that I think about it. Well, you know what else I can do? I can Rage Powder as long as Sinistra is still here and set up Bulk Ups with my Annihilate. And then, actually, I can go Sableye, Thunder Wave, Rage Fist. No Typhlosion needed. I think that's a little bit better. It's playing very cautiously, but... Okay, they forfeit, so we don't have to do all that. Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Talonflame, Dondozo, Sneasler, Tatsugiri, Indeedee. I did say that Dondozo was the one thing that would draw the Zoroark out. Although, I was thinking more of the Glamora Dondozo teams that people were using back when I first built this team. The Zoroark gives me a special attacker to hit Glamora and not break the... not activate the ability. That said... I would love to burn Dondozo with the Zoroark. I don't think I ever have successfully burned a Dondozo with it, but I'd like to. We go Zoroark. I'll do it. We go Zoroark, Sableye. Nope. Annihilate Blast. Sinistra Annihilate. Okay, Indeedee Sneasler, so no Dondozo immediately, which isn't surprising. I could try to burn the Sneasler. If they'll let me. Set light screen. Maybe Reflect is a better priority this game, but I don't really know. Okay, light screen comes out. Direct Claw into Zoroark. Paralyzes. Sure. Surprise! Zoroark's debut of the season. DD Dazzling Gleam still doesn't do too much with the light screen. I do get the Will-O-Wisp into Sableye. Or into Sneasler. It's not really the most useful thing in the world, but it's something, I guess. I mean, now I can Reflect and Hyper Voice if I get the chance. And get some damage on things. That would be nice. I don't know if they have the Dozogiri in the back. If they do, I probably need to Terrasilize Sinistra, so Terrasalizing Annihilate in front of this Indeedee is not really much of an option right now. Dark Claw goes into Sableye. Puts it to sleep, but Sableye already has the screens up, so if something had to fall asleep, this is probably the best circumstances for that. They're still sticking with the Dazzling Gleam on Indeedee. Could be choice locked. Zoroark survives and gets no damage off into anything because it's fully paralyzed. I guess I just let Zoroark go down here. I don't have Protect on it. There's nobody I want to switch in. Bye, Zoroark. You did your best. Quick foul play into Indeedee. Zoroark looks scary, but I mean, burning Sneasler is not nothing. It hasn't done a lot in this game. Power Claw takes out Zoroark. Dazzling Gleam. Goes Sableye, and I'm left already with just Annihilate and Sinistra. Which is playable. It's certainly playable. And it's good for me if I knock out Ursaluna. They taunt Annihilate. That takes away the Protect for the rest of the game, but Ursaluna did not Protect. What did it go for? Hyper Voice? Earth Power? Earth Power. Chaos. Alright, GG. Against Bramble Meta. This person's a big Brambleghast enthusiast, and yet they don't have one on their team. It's Dozogiri again. Second one of this challenge. Alright, Bramble Meta. You get the Dondozo version of my team, I guess. Let's see what you got. I'm definitely... Well, I was going to say I'm getting tired. I was tired at the start. Dragapult Sneasler. Dragapult Sneasler, okay. I'll Reflect, and I'll go for Will-O-Wisp and a Dragapult. Sneasler Dire Claw is a problem. Sneasler damage is not as big a problem. So I think Dragapult's the higher priority Will-O-Wisp target. They Terra immediately on the Sneasler. What is it? Dark? Stellar. Okay. Could still have Throat Chop. There's a good chance this Will-O-Wisp does not come out, because their Pokemon are both so fast. You turn into Sableye, okay. Alright, well I'll get a Will-O-Wisp into something, but it won't be Dragapult. Dondozo? Will I finally burn a Dondozo with this team? No, it's Rillaboom. That's alright too. And once again, we've seen 3 other Pokemon, there's no Dondozo or Tatsugiri. They might not have actually brought that. Well, they definitely haven't brought that stuff. They might not have brought either one. Okay, Grassy Seed on the Sneasler. Acrobatics into Zoroark. Okay. Well, there goes their 1 Stellar boost on their flying attack. Will-O-Wisp. Burning Rillaboom is not bad. Dragapult's still kind of scary, though. And I mean, Sneasler can always kind of cheese you. I think I'm actually down to just go for a Hyper Voice here and Thunder Wave Sneasler. I know I haven't set Light Screen yet, but it feels pretty advantageous. That's actually pretty good Hyper Voice damage. Honestly, that doesn't usually do very much. We get a full para. Woodhammer into Sableye, not doing a whole lot with the burn. Zoroark can go for another Hyper Voice, and I think it might as well. Or I could switch out to Annihilate here. But I don't think there's any need to do that. It's pretty rare that this Zoroark gets to click more than 1 attack in a game, but here we go. Let's get that Light Screen now, too. Just in case. Okay, protect the Sneasler. Grassy Glide, Zoroark. Thanks to the burn, that doesn't KO, but another one will. I actually think I want to switch Annihilate in this next turn, because they're looking for the cheap damage to knock out Zoroark, but I mean, they can just give me a Rage Fist boost or 2 with that, right? Let's do that. Let's go. So many effects have to activate before the turn can end. Alright, let's go Annihilate in the Zoroark slot, and Sableye doesn't have much to do right now. Let's just click Foul Play into Sneasler. Dire Claw can still mess me up, but what if it doesn't? Grassy Glide into Annihilate. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Toxic Spike Sneasler. That's, I think that's a new one to me, unless I'm forgetting something. But I am very glad that I got Annihilate in before that went up. What a lucky coincidence. They forfeit. VG to whatever this opponent's name was. Bramble Meta. Streeter. Is this a known player? I feel like I vaguely recognize this username, but I'm not sure who it is. Okay, Ursaluna Dragonite lead. Not too much immediate pressure into Annihilate, I hope. I could definitely see this being Haze Dragonite, but I'll make them prove it. Black to bulk up. Oh, I should have light screened actually against Blood Moon Ursaluna. Although Annihilate is going to take a scale shot here. Well, if it's just Blood Moon into Annihilate next, yeah, that probably just threw my ape away turn 1. Only 4 hits from the scale shot. What is it from the Ursaluna? Get Annihilate to move first. Probably should have light screened this turn. Blood Moon into Annihilate. Doesn't KO. Okay. Alright. I would really love to get the light screen up. But I think I have to protect Ape and switch to Sinistra. Good news is Annihilate is faster than Ursaluna. So I can throw in a Drain Punch into that, unless it's Terra Ghost, which some of them are, but I think most aren't. Then I can get some health back from that. The Dragonite should be somewhat less scary at +1 defense. It could have Haze. We'll find out. No doubt. Whether it has Haze or not. Yeah, early Sinistra switch in here. It happens. Glug, glug, glug. Tasty matcha. Terra? What is it? Ursaluna? What's the type? Water. Kind of the worst of both worlds. It didn't make itself weak to Rage Fist, and it's not weak to Drain Punch anymore. Oh, I can Matcha Gotcha it, though. Maybe. I can probably Matcha Gotcha this. The only thing is... another Blood... You know, I'm willing to trade Annihilate for it on another Blood Moon. Go for Rage Fist into Dragonite. Let's go for Rage Fist into Ursaluna. They've given me so many Rage Fist boosts, actually. That might do this, but that might take care of this by itself. Click Matcha Gotcha to be sure. If the Rage Fist just KOs Ursaluna, then I think Life Dew would be better here to have Tailwind. I thought so much about the Haze, and I never thought about the Tailwind. That's a totally normal Dragonite move. Nothing out of the ordinary. Should have foreseen it. But they went for Hyper Voice instead of Blood Moon, so we'll actually still get to attack here. Sinistra gets the Citrus Berry. The Pokemon are being worn down a little bit, but Rage Fist into Blood Moon or Ursaluna. That's just outright KO. In that case, I would rather have clicked Life Dew instead of Matcha Gotcha, but hey, maybe I burn Dragonite or break Multiscale or something. Okay. No burn. What is the burn chance on Matcha Gotcha? It can't be more than like 10%, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it's less. Well, Dango's here. Dango's a threat, but now that Ursaluna's gone, I can think about terrestrializing the ape. They have Goldango and Tailwind, though, to pressure Sinistra. I would love to get a Life Dew off. I actually think I'm going to try Protect and Life Dew here, but I could see them knocking out Sinistra before the Life Dew actually comes out. But I hope not. And I never set up light screen. Make it rain. Okay. That doesn't KO, but do they scale shot Sinistra? Yes. Makes sense. Maybe I could have sacked Sableye there and at least gotten another hospitality out of Sinistra after this turn. I do think that would have been a better play. I do think I'm getting a little bit, well, like I keep saying, getting a little bit tired because that is a play I see sometimes. Let's go Sableye. Air Fire the Ape, Rage Fist the Goldango, Light Screen. Or do I need to Thunder Wave Dragonite? Well, hopefully not. Yeah, I think sacking Sableye and getting Sinistra there is a play that I usually see and that works somewhat better. Gale Shot into Ape. No, they just have too much damage here. Ape survives this, but then there's Goldango's attack. Make it rain. Oh, Ape survives at 8 HP thanks to the Terra Fire, making it resist. Okay, this should knock out Goldango. What's their last Pokemon? That was 25 HP down to 8. That did not do much damage. It was also minus... It had used to Make It Rain before. It had lowered its special attack already. Ape is definitely in scale shot range, though. But Dragonite has been lowering its defense a bunch. Doesn't have multi-scale active. Do they still have Tailwind up? Yes. Protect Ape. I'm gonna foul play Dragonite. I think this does a lot. If it connects. If it connects. Which, foul play can't miss. What I mean is if they don't knock out Sableye before the attack goes off. Maybe I should have Thunder Waved. Too late now. Of course, Thunder Wave could miss. Lots of different ways this could turn out still. Extreme Speed into Annihilate, but I protected. Rillaboom goes for Woodhammer to Sableye. Doesn't KO, just misses. Sableye survives at 6 HP, gets a foul play into Dragonite, knocks it out. Okay. Okay. We should beat Rillaboom from here, right? Maybe not. If it can knock out Annihilate and then something. Okay, well I can simplify this a little bit by Thunder Waving Rillaboom and then Rage Fisting, right? Much I'd like to click Foul Play into Rillaboom, and I would. I mean, Rage Fist should take care of this as long as I get the attack off. Annihilate shouldn't be in Grassy Glide range. They forfeit. Oh man, you get some tense games like that with this team. Annihilate surviving at low HP, just barely taking a hit. Sinistra does that sometimes. Sableye did it in this game. That kind of thing comes up a lot with this team. And again, I feel like I recognize the name Streeter. Okay, King Gambit Tauros. Did they give me Defiant immediately? Yes, they do. It could be Swords Dance King Gambit, but I think I'm fine here to... What's this? Mirror Herb. Whoa. Okay, that's cool. They also have +1 attack. I still think I'm okay to Reflect and bulk up, but we'll see. Maybe they punish. The Terra turn 1. What is this going to be? Such an interesting team. King Gambit. Is it flying? Dark. Or maximum damage. I mean, hey, they're gonna... They're threatening a lot of damage right now. It could pay off for them. I hope this Reflect really helps me out, though. Wave Crash. Big damage move from the... Oh my god. Okay, no. This is, this might be a quick game. King Gambit also didn't go for Sucker Punch, unfortunately for me. It goes for Kowtow Cleave. I'm guessing... Annihilate just gets +1 defense. Oh, it goes into Sableye. Okay. Oh, I think they might have just won the game turn 1 if that had gone into Annihilate. As it is, I think I have to protect Annihilate and switch to Sinistra here. So another Kowtow Cleave into that slot would be bad news, actually. But let's see. Although, I don't know, I get some health back on Annihilate. Even if they one-shot Sinistra, I can get Sableye back in and Thunderwave Tauros. So, I mean, it's still playable. This team's life flashed before my eyes on that turn 1, though. Okay, what's Sucker Punch this time? Wave Crash into Annihilate. Okay. Do I ever need to Terrafire Annihilate in this game? I think I'm asking the wrong question. I think Sinistra gets wiped out when I click Rage Powder here either way. And I do think clicking Rage Powder here is what I do. I think that Tauros is actually more dangerous than the King Gambit right now. That Wave Crash hits so hard, so I'm going to Rage Fist Tauros and Rage Powder. The only thing is I could have Thunder Wave for Tauros. Okay, the Wave Crash doesn't do so much to Sinistra. Is it Kowtow Cleave coming out from King Gambit, though? No? Oh, yeah, probably is. There's no Sucker Punch. Okay, there goes Tauros. It got me good with the Mirror Herb, but Annihilate has weathered that particular storm for now. Kowtow Cleave into Sinistra is gonna do what? KO? Yeah, okay. Lost Sinistra earlier than I'd like, but considering all the damage that was coming out turn 1 there, we can live with this. I'll just go back to Sableye. Preserve the Basculegion for now, because I don't want to get Sucker Punched. Okay, Rillaboom comes in. Can't fake out anything. They have a special attacker on their team. They have Volcarona, right? I might as well go for my light screen. And I'll Drain Punch this King Gambit, because I do not want it to still be around. I mean, I don't really want Rillaboom to still be around when Basculegion comes in either, but what can you do? Grassy Glide doesn't knock out the Sableye. I get the light screen. Looks like King Gambit did not go for Sucker Punch, so I'll get the Drain Punch before it can do anything. It doesn't quite KO. It does heal Annihilate quite a bit, though. What does King Gambit goes for Kowtow Cleave, surely, but into what? Oh, I'm wrong. Alright, well, good thing Annihilate's at full HP. Do I Terra Fire here so I take a Grassy Glide better? Honestly, I'm going to say no because they might have Cleavor in the back. I don't think Grassy Glide and Sucker Punch... well, we'll find out how much Grassy Glide plus Sucker Punch does. Quick Foul Play into Rillaboom. King Gambit protects, okay. Rillaboom goes for Woodhammer into Sableye. Okay, so I get Basculegion in with both of these two still here. It's not great, but the one good thing is it does make their targeting a little bit more complicated, right? They have to figure out their priorities. If they knock out Basculegion right away, that's an attack that's not going into Annihilate, so that much is still good. I also could Terra Grass the Basculegion, but they might Sucker Punch it. Oh, Wave Crash King Gambit. That covers for a Volcarona switch in. They just knock out Basculegion with Grassy Glide. Okay. Crits. I would guess that crit probably mattered. Grassy Glide is pretty strong coming from Rillaboom in terrain, but I don't know that it's that strong. Only one target into Rillaboom. It is the +2 Sucker Punch. into Annihilate, I mean, got my apes mixed up. What can you do? Not going to get a lot of Drain Punch recovery here, but we do knock out the King Gambit. I'm down to just Annihilate. It's not in a position to look super threatening, but we'll still see what their last Pokemon is after Annihilate gets a bunch of recovery here. This person really just came in guns blazing, all-out offense. And that Mirror Tauros was pretty cool. And it's definitely a known set, but, I mean, I hadn't thought about... It's actually not the first Aqua Breed Tauros I faced in this challenge, but even so, I hadn't thought much about that Pokemon in a while. Incineroar last. Okay, that's good. That gives me another Defiant boost. I think I just protect this turn anyway to get a bit more recovery. It also doesn't hurt to scout what the Incineroar does. Could matter whether it goes for like knockoff or Will-O-Wisp. I guess I Terra Fire just to cover for Will-O-Wisp anyway. It also means I take Woodhammer better. It is Will-O-Wisp. Okay. Then Terra Fire, Rage Fist, Rillaboom. This was a super scary game early on, but I should have it taken care of now. Let's see. Hammer does not do too much. Rage Fist comes out next. By Rillaboom. Knock off. They didn't go for Will-O-Wisp, but we saw Annihilate move before the Incineroar there. And this next Drain Punch. What is this? +4 attack now on the ape? +3. A bulk up and 2 Defiant boosts. Yeah, that's right. Wow. I don't know why Drain Punch keeps targeting Annihilate itself, but let's hit the correct target here, and that's GG. But that was such a scary team. If they had just double targeted the Annihilate turn 1, I mean, I guess that's part of the strength of this team, is if you don't know what the Sableye is going for, you don't want to sleep on it. But if they had just double targeted the Annihilate turn 1, that one I think turns out very differently. I think I might stop if I cross 1650. Let's see what my rating is now. This is so tempting, you know. Oh, ooh, what do I do? It is tempting to hold on to this. Let's get a game. Dumbo. Alright, we're fighting an elephant. Sneasler and Deedee. Familiar pair of menaces. Psychic Seed Sneasler? It is. I kind of want to Terrifire the ape immediately. I know that makes Blood Moon or Ursaluna scarier, but Deedee is scary right now. Go for Light Screen. Sneasler doesn't have... I mean, it can click Close Combat after I Terra. It won't do it this turn, but not threatening massive damage into Annihilate. I did say that I wanted to play every game this challenge, but we'll see. They did click Close Combat turn 1. Oh my god. This might be the GOAT. How much does this Expanding Force do? Oh my god, okay. I feel like that's the one time that I said something with confidence. I didn't say, they probably won't Close Combat. I said, they won't do that. And they did. They did that. Sneasler, Terra, Dark. Dark! Uh-oh. They have Throat Chop. Into Basculegion, I assume, yeah. Doesn't quite KO through the Reflect, but how much is this Wave Crash going to do back to me now? Also, the Sneasler's faster than Basculegion anyway. Okay, so clicking Wave Crash again loses Basculegion on the spot. Armarouge is here. What do you think, Chad? Is it possible? Doesn't matter. Aqua Jet wasn't taking a KO there on either of them. Alright, well now I have to keep playing because this will drop me below 1650 again. That's how that works, right? What a menace. They just click close combat into a team full of ghost types turn 1. I played this person yesterday. I think I played this exact unusual username yesterday. Can you really have the same opponent twice in a Grand Challenge? Yeah, that's the same trainer card. I recognize that Entei and that Metagross. I don't remember a time I've gotten the same opponent twice before, so I definitely just assumed it couldn't happen. That would seem to make sense too, right? And again, maybe these games are not so sophisticated as to be able to check for that. But okay, GG again to what I'm pretty sure is a repeat opponent in this challenge. But those two come to pretty specific matchups. Whimsicott, Dragapult. Once again, we do have Encore games to worry about. Dragapult also threatens a lot of damage. Could just Terra Fire. Primarina is scary either way, so in a way it doesn't punish the Terra that hard. Nothing else on their team punishes it. Okay, if it saves me from like a Ghost Terra Blast, it's worth it. And I'll prioritize Reflect as well, because Dragapult are usually physical. But they don't have to be. A special Dragapult could actually be a pretty good Grand Challenge tech, I think. They do Terra Ghost immediately, never mind its Dragon. Okay. What are they going for? Dragon Darts would be nice because it doesn't do a whole lot to any one Pokemon and it gives me Rage Fist power, but they just rip an Outrage. That's fun. And they hit Annihilate with it for a ton of damage. Moonblast into Sableye, okay. That also does a lot of damage. Rage Fist back into Dragapult does respectable damage. That Outrage is so scary. I've also used my Terra now, so I can't Terra Fairy Rage Powder with Sinistcha. I can regular Rage Powder. This turn I'll protect Annihilate and Light Screen with Sableye. Good chance they knock Sableye out, and then I can get Sinistcha in. Outrage. Is it going? Looks like it's going into Sableye. Okay. I think it's worth it to redirect the Outrage away from... Oh, I just protected in front of Whimsicott. When will I stop doing that? Probably not this generation. Dragapult's confused. I could gamble on it hurting itself. Could. Go Basculegion. I think I just go Sinistcha and hope for the best as far as the Whimsicott goes. I swear, Pokemon Sword and Shield sabotaged me. I started playing VGC in the only generation where Encore was bad, and I've never gotten used to it being good. And I do get punished for it pretty regularly. Even though I've made some decent use of it myself, like once or twice. Okay, it's Taunt into Sinistra, that's fine. Never mind. So far, so good. Dragapult pulls off an Outrage, okay. Doesn't KO Sinistra, gives me the berry, that's good. And I can knock out Dragapult here. Ape's actually pretty healthy now, too. A few turns of leftovers and some hospitality, doing some good work there. They go Rillaboom. They could have high horsepower. Most of them that I've seen this weekend have had high horsepower. I don't believe I got any bulk ups, but I did get Reflect. I think I'm down to just Rage Fist the Whimsicott, so I don't have to worry about that Pokemon anymore. And oh right, Sinish just taunted. Okay, I'll Matcha Gotcha, that's fine then. I still have not gotten a single Matcha Gotcha burn this week. Sunny day, what? High horsepower. That's a lot of damage, actually. Actually, it could be Sash Whimsicott, so Matcha Gotcha maybe will seal the KO. Oh, that didn't do very much. Matcha Gotcha does get the KO, though. Nice. Another crit. That's what, 3 Matcha Gotcha crits in 2 games, but still not a single burn? What is the burn chance on Matcha Gotcha? Anyone know? I think it must be, like, absolute highest 10%. I wouldn't be shocked if it's even lower, except that secondary effect... I'm not sure I know of a secondary effect that's lower than that. This Rillaboom is actually a threat, though. I have an idea. Actually. Oh, Typhlosion. That's what they were setting up for with the sun. That makes sense. I think my idea still works as well as it was ever going to. My idea is Protect and switch to Basculegion. Ideally, they don't knock out Basculegion this turn, and I don't think they will. But basically, I want to get Sinistra back in for Hospitality again. Eruption. Also can Aqua Jet the Typhlosion. Maybe. Maybe I just preserve Basculegion. Although, I have to deal with this Rillaboom in the endgame. Basculegion's not really good for that. I also have to get Annihilate healthy. Super clearly remember how much the high horsepower did before, but I think it did enough that I have to switch to Sinistra and Rage Fist Rillaboom. Could be a game-losing play, but we'll see what happens. Typhlosion protects. No Eruption this turn. Okay. They're recovering for the Aqua Jet, I guess, that I did think about using. Instead, Rillaboom takes his high horsepower. Big Rage Fist, please. Pretty big Rage Fist. I'd love to Strength Sap this Rillaboom, however, I'm not sure the Typhlosion will let me. I would think probably not. I think I'm okay if I Protect Annihilate and I click the Strength Sap anyway. I could, I could make the switch again and get another hit of Hospitality into Annihilate, but I don't actually think that's necessary. Maybe it is. Or maybe it's optimal, at least. If I get rid of the Rillaboom, then Basculegion can beat Typhlosion, but I think Annihilate can also beat Typhlosion if I get rid of the Rillaboom. So yeah, I'm actually going to pivot the Basculegion in once again. Go for another round of Hospitality. Okay, Eruption. They still might not take the KO on Basculegion here. They don't. So I can actually switch it out again and still preserve that win con against Typhlosion. I'm also stalling Sun turns by doing this. My opponent's own grassy terrain is pretty helpful as well. Rage Fist, Rillaboom, switch to Sinistcha. What a silly game. Eruption, they do just go for that this time. Knocks out Sinistcha, of course. But Annihilape should take the high horsepower. I'm sure that crit on Sinistcha didn't matter. Annihilape narrowly takes the high horsepower, so I guess I did need all that matcha. Drank a matcha latte earlier today. I guess it's kind of fitting. Now, what is the item on the Typhlosion? Because if it's Choice Scarf, then it's probably optimal that I Aqua Jet instead of Wave Crash or Last Respects, right? Also, that nicely weakens the Eruption damage. I'm going to Protect Annihilate just to be a little bit safe. If it's Choice Locked to Typhlosion, a little bit of Leftovers recovery into the weakened Eruption doesn't hurt. Aqua Jet the Typhlosion here. Very convenient for me that they never knocked out Basculegion. That almost KOs. Okay, they were not choice locked. Okay, I'm gonna need Annihilate to take one more hit then. Oh, they used Protect earlier. Of course they weren't choice locked. I could have just knocked it out with Wave Crash. I might have thrown. Depending on whether Annihilate takes a Shadow Ball here. Light screen wears off at the worst time. Okay, Annihilate survives. Good. I almost threw that one, but my Pokemon managed to pull through. We've gone down, Robbie, just a little bit. Actually, we might be back up there now after this one. I'll check. I lost the first couple games after 1650, but then I beat somebody who was like in the 1700s. And then, despite trying to throw this game, so to speak, pull through on this one. Alright, we're back at 1651. With 9 games left. Yeah. Alright, Sam. Oh, 1709. Uh-oh. Okay, Rillaboom Sneasler. Not too bad a lead for me to see. I don't think you guys were watching earlier, but I had a game. It was part of that. It was one of those early losses after 1650. I was facing a Sneasler lead. It was a Psychic Seed Sneasler. And I said, I'm just going to Terra Fire immediately to cover for the Indeedee. They could click Close Combat, but they won't do that turn 1. The Terra Fire can help Annihilate survive and set up here. And then they did just click Close Combat into Annihilate, and they knocked it out turn 1 with a double up. Saw that taunt, by the way, don't worry. Didn't miss it. It's awkward, for sure, to deal with. Fire tries light screen, but getting Sinistcha in here and clicking Matcha Gotcha because of the taunt wouldn't be the worst thing. Might get a chance to do it next turn. We'll see if they knock out Sableye here. Oh, almost. Not for lack of trying. Well, I can preserve Sableye. Hopefully I don't forget that I have it in the back. I might have done at some point. And yeah, I'll just go Sinistra here. Again, even if they taunt it, clicking Machagacha into these guys... I mean, hey, maybe this is finally the game where I get a burn with it. It could happen. Terra, okay. Is it another Throat Chop Sneasler? That Sneasler that close combated earlier also was Terra Dark with Throat Chop. Now it's flying. Is it Acrobatics? Yes. Okay. How much does that do? Quite a lot. Okay. Well, I get a bit of extra power on this Rage Fist. That is +1 defense Sneasler, though. I think I'll just Protaunt. Sorry, I'm scrambling my thoughts again. Protect, Annihilate this next turn, and then because I'm anticipating Taunt into Sinistra, I'm not going to bother with a Life Dew. I'll just go for Machagacha. What's Protaunt? You think it's Acro, Robbie? Yeah, I think so too. I'm guessing you said that before it actually showed the move. Burn? There's a crit. I've had a lot of good luck in this Grand Challenge. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, but not a single Machagacha burn. Okay, Terrifier, Rage Fist, Sneasler. Machagacha. Of course, now some of the things in the back could become more dangerous because I've done this, but he's being knocked out right now. Big Acrobatics into Annihilate. Might get knocked out right now anyway. High horsepower. Nice. Okay. Probably just can't ever beat this Rillaboom now. If I still have the Terra Grass on Basket Legion, I could, but I don't. Sinistra, this would be a great time to get a Machagacha burn. Okay, well, they don't have priority Grassy Glide right now, so I guess this is the time for this guy. Except there's no chip on the... Well, there's not much chip on the... I got a crit into the Rillaboom, but there's not much chip on it. So, Last Respects with 1 boost. You know what? I'm gonna bait them into Woodhammering that slot and sack Sableye. Rely on Basket Legion and Sinistra to win. If they're baited into Woodhammering, then they don't switch Rillaboom out, or at least not yet. Sableye doesn't do much in this game at this point anyway. Okay, they take it out with that. Rillaboom shouldn't have a way to threaten... I mean, it could run Knockoff, but I doubt it. Shouldn't have a way to do too much to Sinistra. Yeah, okay, Machagacha. Okay. Now I go Basket Legion for real, and I lock into Last Respects. Oh, we finally got a burn. Look at that. This is game number 38? 37? 37. There's a Machagacha burn. Go to Basket Legion, lock into Last Respects, and hope that Sinistra survives and is able to handle Ursaluna if they brought that. Just keep clicking Machagacha. Well, let's hope they didn't bring Ursa, yeah. Okay, Rillaboom switching is probably GG, because once it gets its priority Grassy Glide back online, I don't know how I ever beat it. Basculegion is not the least tanky Pokemon in the world, though. Sneasler uses its last turn on this Earth to taunt Sinistcha, which is honestly, I think, not the worst thing for me that it could have done. Knock Ninetales down to the Sash. Machagacha is looking at big KOs here. It misses Ninetales. Okay. Takes out Sneasler. Obviously would have rather missed Sneasler, because I think that would drop to burn damage anyway, but... what can you do? That menace is finally gone. Rillaboom can come back now. And if it does, I have to prioritize it, because I can wipe out Basculegion. Or we could find out what their last Pokemon is. Okay, nope, we got Rillaboom. Yeah, there's not much to think about here. Last Respect's into Rillaboom and Machagacha. Those are the only two moves I can click anyway, so it's just a question of targeting. And Rillaboom is definitely the higher priority than Ninetales. The miss is so bad. It's pretty bad, but... I mean, I was behind from earlier in this game anyway, so... things don't work out, they don't work out. Icy Wind. Okay. And the Machagacha this time. All that's left is whatever their last Pokemon is. Basculegion is at neutral speed. The Icy Wind negates the Choice Scarf. Sinistcha's at -1. The speed is probably not important. If it's Blood Moon or Ursaluna in the back, then Basculegion is useless for the rest of the game, but hopefully Sinistcha can clutch. It's their Basculegion. Okay, so taking away my Choice Scarf is pretty rough here, but... is Sinistcha still taunted? For one more turn. Okay. Only two moves I have. Last Respects and Machagacha. Nothing else to do here. They get Last Respects first. They're probably running Scarf Basculegion, come to think of it. So yeah, taking away my Scarf is pretty big there. What does Machagacha do? Single target. Super effective. It KOs. Oh my god, okay. It crits. Oh my god, the clutch Machagacha crit. And the first Machagacha burn of the whole challenge. Thanks for the raid. Flapdin, if I'm saying that right. Flapdin, maybe. It's French, I don't know. That was just an absolutely silly ending to that game. What am I at now? Sinistcha has been so clutch this challenge. 1669. Number 217 overall. I am once again kind of tempted to end here. Yeah, Robbie showing in chat the crit never or the Machagacha there never KOs without the crit. Yeah, I believe it. That feels like the kind, like maybe the kind of game that you end on. I think we're gonna call it there. I don't think we soil that Sinistcha clutch moment with potentially some less clutch moments. So thanks for watching. Fun little stream, fun little weekend of streaming. I'll be back at some point. Not next weekend, but sometime. Bye for now.